coming up. We'll be on location at Fort Hunt Massage and Spa and the Fort Hunt Health and Wellness Center here in Alexandria, Virginia, discussing the benefits of halotherapy, Himalayan Salt Cave, and how it can improve your health and wellness with one of this region's top integrative health and wellness experts, Szilvia. Welcome, Szilvia. It's a pleasure having you on our program today.
Thank you, Rocco, for having me.
Oh, it's wonderful having you on, and I also understand we're going to have your husband and co-founder of both the Fort Hunt Massage and Spa as well as the Fort Hunt Health and Wellness Center, that you have both businesses here in Alexandria, Virginia. We're so proud to be featuring you all. Today's interview is going to be about the Himalayan Salt Cave that you have and halotherapy and how it can help a lot of folks. You offer multiple services, so let's get right into it, shall we? And I wanted to begin by asking you, Szilvia, if you can please tell us what halotherapy utilizing your Himalayan Salt Cave is and how it can help folks improve their overall health and wellness.
All right. Halotherapy means inhalation of substances. The Himalayan Salt Cave is the treatment room where the inhalation happens. So clients and patients will be seated for a duration of 45 minutes, inhaling dry salt particles that we disperse into the salt cave, and in addition to the naturally occurring salt and minerals that are found in the salt cave. So halotherapy means inhalation. Himalayan Salt Cave means the room where the inhalation happens.
Very interesting. In fact, we are filming this interview right here in the Salt Cave, folks. There is literally 1,000 pounds of salt at our feet, right? If you could just be kind enough, and this is where we will, to show all our viewers out there what we're talking about. Look at that.
So we have 1,000 pounds of salt on the floor alone, but altogether we have 8,800 pounds of salt between the salt bricks, the salt rocks, the salt lamps, and the coarse salt on the floor.
Yes.
8,800 pounds. We created an organic microclimate similar to under the ocean, but in a dry setting. So salt on this concentration, on this density, becomes a germ-killing agent.
Oh, very interesting. It's got so many benefits. I've heard about the Salt Cave benefits. You all are one of the very few in the entire Virginia, D.C., Maryland region that have a salt cave. And it's got so many health and wellness benefits, as I said, and you just touched on one of them. It's a germ-killing agent.
Yes.
Obviously, as we've been sitting here getting ready for this interview, filming today, and as I'm interviewing you currently, I can already, having been in here now a few minutes, can start feeling the benefits of everything you have, as far as what the benefits, the therapeutic benefits that this Salt Cave provides. I mean, my nostrils are clearing up. I'm starting to just kind of feel a declogging that sometimes we all get, right?
Exactly.
In our throat or lungs, a little bit of that is breaking up here, and I've only been in here a few minutes, so I already feel really good.
I'm glad you noticed.
Yes.
Imagine what you would feel in 45 minutes.
Yes.
And if we were to turn on the halo generator for you. Right now for the filming it is turned off, it is placed on the wall. But once we filled it up with therapeutic grade salt, it heats it up, grinds it, and disperses it into the air. So dry salt particles are floating in the air that penetrate your nasal passages and your upper respiratory tract, cleaning out your respiratory system.
Very nice.
And this is just half of a treatment by sitting here. Imagine if we boosted that.
Yes, indeed. And you just mentioned that the typical session is approximately 45 minutes long.
Correct.
And you also turn that on,
yes,
which obviously puts that into the air on top of all the salt in the salt cave that we're sitting in that already has salt everywhere in this room.
Yes.
Almost 9,000 pounds, you said earlier.
Correct.
Now, what types of additional health benefits beyond the couple that we've touched on here briefly would you say can be achieved from this Himalayan salt?
All right, the main benefits are cleaning out the upper respiratory system. So people with bronchitis, sinus infection, chronic cough, even pollen allergies. So anything in the upper respiratory tract could be cured or reduced. Now, salt on this concentration, it's a stimulating, relaxing and calming the central nervous system. So we are advertising this treatment to adults and kids with attention deficit disorder and hyperactivity because it is calming and relaxing and soothing.
Very interesting. So that would lead me to my follow-up, and you just touched on that briefly, as far as who would be a good candidate for this.
These people with upper respiratory illnesses, bronchitis, sinus infection, chronic cough, even a sore throat. If you were to rinse your throat with saline water, like we would do back in the time, similar method but in a dry setting with a bigger concentration of salt.
Yes, indeed. And I know we touched on a few minutes ago, Szilvia, that the sessions are typically 45 minutes long, and I take it that would be now is it for an individual, or can it be, let's say a couple or a family wants to come, can they sit together, or is it one person at a time in this salt cave going through that 45-minute session?
All right, we do that both ways.
Okay.
You can come with a group of people, up to 3. This is a small size. We have 3 chairs in it, so that they can comfortably take a seat and recline. This is a zero gravity reclining chair, and we can sit up to 3 people here.
Oh, very nice.
We call that a private reservation. And then we offer treatments here. You can have a massage in the salt cave. You can have an acupuncture in the salt cave, or an energy healing in the salt cave. In that way, you would get 2 services in one. If somebody doesn't have the time to stay for another 45 minutes, we could do 2 things at once.
Very nice, because obviously, as we touched on earlier as well, you're an integrative health and wellness center. You offer multiple different modalities in the health and wellness arena. You just touched on a few of those. Beyond the Himalayan Salt Cave, we're going to be interviewing your husband and co-founder, Laszlo, a bit later. He's going to be talking about the hyperbaric oxygen chamber that you all have. You just mentioned acupuncture, energy healing, and other modalities. So what you just said is that folks, while they're here, taking advantage and getting all the full benefits of your Himalayan Salt Cave, can also, during that 45-minute session, if they're pressed on time, as you said, can actually get a second or possibly a third treatment of acupuncture or Reiki energy healing or something else, or a massage, as you said, while they're in the salt cave, so they can knock off literally 2 or 3 birds with one session.
That is correct.
That's great.
That is correct.
I also wanted to ask you, Szilvia, as far as the number of sessions go, and again, I'm sure that depends on each client and his or her goals and what they're looking to achieve, but how often do you typically require for your clients as far as the number of sessions goes?
So if somebody has an upper respiratory problem, they would probably come here 2 or 3 times a week, because it would take several sessions fairly close to each other to see the benefits. But if someone is doing it for relaxing, for de-stressing, for anti-anxiety, I would come as needed. This is not a prescription. This is not a medical service. When we tell you, you are coming here 30 times, you just come as needed for those services. But for upper respiratory problems, you would probably come 2 to 3 times a week.
That's certainly good
until you feel better.
Yes, absolutely. But after having already been in here and already told you what I'm feeling, and it's only been a few minutes, I can see why you have so many customers that come back regularly and ongoing on a regular basis to take advantage of this salt cave.
We definitely see more people coming in the pollen season, because pollen doesn't go away. So this is a natural way of coping with pollen, so we hopefully can keep people off of medication. Or if somebody is struggling with a chronic cough that doesn't want to go away, I can see them coming for an extended time. Or if you have a sore throat, it might take a few sessions, but everybody's situation is different.
Yes, absolutely.
But there are no side effects, so
It's all natural.
it's all natural.
Yes, all natural here in the salt cave that you have.
That's correct.
And this is just in one part of your beautiful health and wellness spa. You've got other rooms, and we're going to have our cameraman walk around here so we can get all that footage for you all out there. So it's literally like being in here in person, so then you want to come and take advantage of it, right? Now, as far as another question for you regarding how quickly do your clients typically start seeing results when they come here for these 45-minute sessions in the salt cave?
In about 10 minutes. You could already tell.
Yeah, I started feeling it literally in about 8 or 10 minutes. You're right.
About 10 minutes, you can start tasting it because it starts. And we are not running the halo generator right now. It is just the naturally occurring salt and mineral.
Yeah.
This way, it takes about 10 minutes for you to start feeling it. It might take 5 minutes when we have the halo generator.
So
So it's almost instant.
Yes, so people literally are getting instant results, as you just said.
That's correct.
And now we're literally out of time, Szilvia, but I wanted to ask you, before I let you go, if there's anything else you'd like to add for our viewers out there.
Yes, I would like to mention that we imported 2,500 pieces of Himalayan salt bricks from Pakistan from a mine, and 500 pieces of white salt bricks from Poland, from another type of a salt mine. And it took us 4 months to construct this salt cave, working with organic adhesives, working with temperature changes because it had to bond together because we are dealing with organic ingredients. So this is not a traditional construction material we are dealing with. They had to sweat out in order for them to bond. And we are very proud of what we created here.
Well, you should be. This is beautiful. It has so many wonderful health and wellness and therapeutic benefits, as you've already educated us about today, and it's very unique. It's literally one of a kind here in the Northern Virginia region, and that's why we were so excited about being here and being the first to feature your beautiful Himalayan Salt Cave. And on that note, I want to thank you, Szilvia, for joining us and educating us and enlightening us about the Himalayan Salt Cave that you have here and the benefits of halotherapy. And thank you for being a guest on our program. We'd love to have you back on in the future.
Thank you, Rocco.
Thank you.
Thank you.